So I have been with Nu Skin for over 26 years, if you guys can believe that. And I love Nu Skin with everything inside of me. And I was on the Americas team doing digital marketing, 13-ish years ago. And that's when social media started, and we were all figuring it out together. And Alan, we are still all figuring this out together. But because of my position in the company, I can do research and figure those things out. And as you guys are doing the business and running as fast as you can down those paths, my team is there to really try to help find the healthy behaviors, understand how social fits with Nu Skin, so that we can help everybody be successful. So I just recently, and it's very funny, I switched jobs the week that that the world changed, the week that everybody started working remote and doing stuff. So I've been reporting back into the West. I report to Tyler now, and my job is digital and social innovation. So it's not just social media, but understanding how to utilize digital technologies and social for the business, for our sales leaders, for you guys to know how to do this. And some of it is things like this. How do we make Zoom calls and Facebook Lives take the business to the next level? We've been such a company and a business of face-to-face, but we can still do that digitally. If anything, you know, Eric and Irene, we were all talking earlier about how we actually feel like we're even closer because we really can be face-to-face, even on the screens. I miss people immensely. I miss traveling immensely, but we can still do our jobs in this digital world. And so that's kind of where my team and my focus are. We are still very focused on social because we believe that is the digital innovation that through 2020 and 2021 are going to really help us continue the energy that's going on. The energy in the Americas right now, or in the whole West, really is, it is amazing. And I love it. I love it so much. But we want to help my team help you figure out how to continue moving that energy. So that's what I'm doing. And then what I was asked to speak about today is just a little bit about specifically social media and things that we've learned that will help. Again, I don't care for 2 seconds if someone is an influencer. What I care about is that you're able to use the platform to enable your business. And so it's not about getting more followers. It's interesting. I was reading an article, about 2 weeks ago, and the rise of the micro influencer is more important than the macro influencer. A micro influencer is somebody with 1,000 to 10,000. That's not that many followers. Like when you see somebody like that, you don't think, oh, they're influential. The beauty of that is they have a better relationship. They have more buying power from their audience. And that is, for us at Nu Skin, a sweet spot. You guys, this is what gets me excited is I don't need anyone to go find a bajillion followers. I feel like 4 years ago, Facebook and others and the algorithms, they were really leaning towards big accounts, companies and big major celebrities and influencers. That's not the case anymore. And that is so exciting to me because every one of us now have the power to really connect with our audience, build relationships, and share our products and business. And really, that's what this business is all about. So a couple of really quick tips and tricks for you guys to get, if you're not already started, or if you're kind of hitting that, what do I do? Things what to post. So it's really important that you keep fresh content. Number one, you've got to post about yourself. You have to figure out how to tell the story of you, not the story of Nu Skin. It's so, so important to really be yourself, to be authentic. Now, what does that mean? What does being authentic mean? We all hear it all the time. It's this kind of, okay, I am authentic. But here are some ways to do that. Number one, being vulnerable. Now, when I talk about being vulnerable, I am not talking about crying on camera. I am not talking for a second about telling your deep, dark secrets. That's not what is authentic and vulnerable, but it's figuring out which side of you want to give social media. Is it that you're a working mom? For me, a big part of my brand is that I'm a full-time working mom. So I talk about what that means. That's vulnerability. I talk about how my kids not going to school affects me working and them being in school. That is vulnerability. It doesn't mean that you don't ever get emotional about stuff. Emotions, I think, are great, and I'm not a big fan of hiding emotions, but it's deciding who you are, defining who you are, and then sharing that part. It can be your favorite recipes to eat, your favorite workouts. Like I said, it can be part of what you want to do, but you need to share it. Vulnerability is you sharing a part of you. If it's your favorite book, your recipe that you've totally made spaghetti and burned it, whatever it is, that is part of it. So you need to figure out those pieces of who you are, that you want to tell that story. You do not have to tell every aspect of yourself in social to be authentic and to be vulnerable, but you have to tell who you are. Now, how does new skin fit into that? How do you add new skin into who you are? It's actually very easy once you decide what part of new skin and your person, or what part of your personality you want to show, new skin will fit in. Are you totally obsessed about fashion and makeup? Easy. Now you add in our products to your daily skincare routine, and you fit that in, and it doesn't feel awkward. Are you really, really interested in health and wellness? Now you start talking about our supplements and the products that just really, truly make your heart sing. It fits in. Are you a working mom and you're stressed and you need things that are going to simplify your life? Or you need self-care because, oh my gosh, life is hard. So I want to talk about how I'm taking care of Kathy. And I want to talk about self-care and how that is part of my skincare routine and different things. I hope this makes sense kind of with how to be authentically you, determine who you're going to share with and what you're going to share, and then how to weave new skin in. If you just go straight out with new skin and you're like, sell, 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 that's going to be a little bit of a turn off. But if you go out with who you are and you talk about products, people will want to buy them. People will want to know what you're doing. People will want to be a part of what you're doing, but you have to share it. I get questions all the time. How often should I post? The more you post, the more people will see your content. Do I think you need to post 10 times a day? Absolutely not. I don't think that's the best use of your time. Do I think you should post every day? Yeah, I do. I think you should talk to your audience every day to stay in a part of a relationship with them. Now, relationships, as I just said that, it made me think the point of posting is not to talk about the new skin brand. It is to build relationships and engage with people. So you need to remember that. Am I adding value? Am I adding value to the world by putting this post out there? Am I giving people tips and tricks on how to use products together? I do a ton of skincare, and so how do I teach people what I love about it and why I love it, and how, where I got my little scrunchie in my hair when I'm doing my stuff. Give people more than just trying to sell to them. Create relationships. This new skin business is all about relationships, building teams, taking care of each other, finding consumers that want to buy our products. We have the best products on the market. Social is like the perfect way to do all of this. If I were in a room, I would ask you guys to raise your hand for some of this, but I want you to think, how many of us have a friend that we haven't seen in person in 2 to 5 years, but we see online? How many of us have a friend that we've actually never met in person, but we talk to them online? How many of us have friends on social media that we see all the time in person, And we still talk to them online. The people who like and comment on my stuff the most are actually people that I see in real life the most. So I don't want you to think about this online, offline. It's online and offline and how those two pieces fit together. So that is really, really important. If you were going to say, I only have a half hour to spend on social media a day, I would tell you, spend 20 minutes of that half hour talking to people, commenting on their posts, asking them how they're doing, replying to people who comment on your stuff. Spend 20% of that 30 or 20 minutes of that 30 minutes going out of your way to build relationships, and 10 minutes on what am I going to post, building my post, putting my post out there. It's way, way, way more important for us and our business to have relationships than to have the perfect post and perfect picture. I hope that makes sense. Like if you're sitting there, oh, what's all my lighting and my background and how am I going to angle my camera and getting the products perfect? Some of that is important, but it's way, way, way more important that you spend any amount of time that you have building relationships. Now, you've got to time box social media. It can be a total time suck, and that's not going to help you build in this business. You need to say, I am going to dedicate 30 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, whatever it is, depending on how much of a percent of your business the digital and social world is, but time box it. Give it a time, spend that time, and then go off and live and enjoy and meet with your team and spend time with your families. Put on your sun hat and go outside, do other things. Don't let social media really get into you and be a time suck, because that's not how we're successful. So things to post, daily routines, like I said, tips and tricks. Anytime you can give people beneficial information, that's huge. Why do you love something? What is your purpose in using that particular product or thing? Why do you love it? Ask people polls and questions. Look at your analytics. What posts do people respond to the most? It's really critical that you know who your audience is and that you're giving them what they want, not what you want to be, but what they want. Lean in and double down on those things. If people love to see the meals you cook, lean in on it. If people love to see the crafts you do with your kids, double down on that. It's really important to do this. I know that the algorithms are tricky, and trying to understand and keep up with the algorithms themselves is nearly impossible. So my pro tip to everybody when you're talking about how do I get people to see my stuff, Facebook has a couple of things that they're doing. So you have to remember that the algorithms are built so that Facebook gets what they want out of their channels, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever else, Mark Zuckerberg owns. But he is running a business. He has said he wants Facebook to be for communities and engagement, which means that replies and deep-threaded conversations will get more views than followers. It used to be the number of followers you had, and if you got this many responses in this amount of time, now he is going for depth of relationships. Groups get more views than just feed posts, and that conversation. So this is tricky for us. We have taught for years, take all the conversations offline into direct message. You need to figure out how much conversation to have online in front of everybody so that you can get more views on that post. So you can't quickly be like, oh, push it to the DMs. You do want to do all your transactions and your sales in Messenger, but you've got to have some conversation on there, asking them about their kids as you're doing things and doing things. So that is really, really important for views, is engagement. Engagement is number one when it comes to Instagram and Facebook. So again, just keep thinking about having conversations publicly and then figuring out when to pull it into a private conversation. If you immediately pull everything to a private conversation, your post isn't going to get as many views. So that's kind of just a little pro tip on remembering that Facebook is saying here is how we want people to interact on our platform, and they're rewarding that behavior. When Facebook Live first came out, Live got all the attention because Facebook wanted it to be successful, so they gave all the attention to it. They're running a business, and we get to play along in their rules. We don't get to control their rules. So there are my tips and tricks. I know that we're running a little bit behind, so I wanted to kind of consolidate my thoughts into that. And then I didn't know if we had any specific questions, or what I can do is I can also, similar to what Rebecca said, I can reference you to, you can always message me or my team, or on some of these social groups or pages. You can send us questions specific to what you need, and we are really open and happy to help you with those specific needs. One other thing that I was asked is resources. If you go to newskinsocial.smugmug.com, smugmug, it's kind of a weird word, or it's an app on a phone, you can find resources so that you can build your own content from there. So that is what I have, unless there are questions, or Alan or Irene, if there's other things you wanted me to answer quickly.
Well, tell us again, so to get more resources and training, we can go to Newskin, the SmugMug. What can you tell us that again?
So you can download it on your phone, and this is one of the reasons we moved from Flickr to SmugMug, is it's much more mobile friendly. It was really hard before when people couldn't, if you can't download it onto your computer, then you can't, but it's right here. Eric just put it in the comments, newskinsocial.smugmug.com, or if you download it onto your phone, you just search for photographers, search for Newskin. You do not need to pay. It's completely free, and it's completely mobile friendly, and it does videos and images. So it's much better than what we've had before.
Wow, that's fantastic. One of the things that I enjoy about you is you have like the global viewpoint of like the statistics. So, you know, like you told us, you know, be careful about just one product. You might go into a dead end. Like that was long ago. I mean, this is like 10 years ago. But tell us anything like that is current for you on statistics, like any dead end tunnels with no cheese that people are going down right now? That I might be going down.
I don't think you're going down any dead ends. The thing that we have found that's probably the biggest dead end is sharing other people's content. So when I tell you, like, SmugMug has these images, if everyone actually shares the same exact image of this hat, it's not going to be as powerful. So just sharing a product image is not as helpful. But if you can show you with the product or using it. So one thing that we've seen, so LumiSpa is doing amazing right now in social. And at the beginning, you know, Alan, you would have heard me say, no, too expensive. People aren't going to buy that. Not true. I get to eat my words, you guys. Like, often we're all learning together. It's killing it in social because it's so demonstrable. But what we see is, you know, Newskin posted a picture with the LumiSpa covering one eye. Now people take that picture themselves. So you can get inspiration from some of the stuff that we've done, and then take the picture with your beautiful face in that picture, with you scrubbing your face on it. It's not, I don't know, well, it's not that it's not compliant, but this one isn't in the pit. So this is my secret to you guys. But have you guys seen the LumiSpa Sharpie challenge? Have you seen it, Alan? It's amazing. People are writing on their faces and then using the LumiSpa to take it off.
Oh no, really? I have not seen that at all.
It's amazing. Like, it is amazing. Like, you just, and we don't make the claim that you should write on your face with Sharpie or that it will take Sharpie off. Compliant Kathy. But I have seen it and I can't stop watching it. And it's like, okay, tell me more. Like, tell me more. So if you can create that. So as far as the analytics go, those are the like most watched, most engaged with videos. And it can be on Facebook Live. It can be on an Instagram story. It's not platform specific, which is amazing about it. You could use Power Lips and draw something on your face and then take it off. But man, the Sharpie, people are putting mustaches and like unibrows, like letting their kids draw on their faces. It's crazy. But that, like, as far as analytics go globally, we have seen like that the LumiSpa is selling because it's so demonstrable. And that's a really fun way to demonstrate. It's really hard in a social situation to show the power of some of our devices, you know, and people are like, this is a really easy one to show the power of. So there is my
We
global.
love you. Oh my God. Okay, and I just have
you.
only one. I know we're way behind, but I have just one other question because, oh my God, you look so young. You look amazing, amazing. So what are you using right now?
Well, let's see. I take youth regularly. You know, you just heard how youth helps skin. I can tell a huge difference if I'm not doing my supplements with my youth. I do the LumiSpa twice a day. I love my LumiSpa. I use my ageLOC Me for serum, and then I always add the TFEU. I always do my Idealize. I kind of use everything, and I've used it for 26 years. Once a week, I do my mud mask still. I use 180 at least 2 times a week with my shower to get that kind of exfoliation. And then tinted moisturizer. I'm obsessed with the tinted moisturizer. It's my sunscreen, and it just evens it out without taking away my glow. I feel like sometimes like makeup takes away women's skincare, and we spend all this money on skincare and then we cover it up. So there it is. There's my favorites.
Oh my God, you look amazing. I'll tell you, you look 10 years younger than 10 years ago. So
maybe
I mean,
maybe it's the beauty of not working in the office. Maybe it's being home that's making me look better.
Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. Well, anyway, thank you so much for everything. We love you so much, and we cannot even believe we got you. Thank you so much.
I am happy to be a part of it. So thanks for having me.
All right. Aloha.